Hey guys, it's Courtney and
Emma and Daniel.
we are here with your elementary Sabbath school today. So today's lesson is about the two houses. What was one house built on?
The rock.
And what was the other house built on?
The sand.
The sand. Have you heard of this story before? What do you think is going to happen to the rock on the sand or the house built on the rock? You're going to watch the GraceLink video, and we are going to collect some nature things, and we are going to make our own houses on the rock and on the sand. So you watch this video, and then we'll come back and show you what we have created.
Hi everyone, it's Aunt Fernita. Today's story is called The Lion and the Bear. The memory verse is from Psalm chapter 23, verses 1 and 2. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Today's message is I can't save myself. Jesus saves me. When he had to write a report about sheep, Jamie remembered something his mother had read to him from the Bible. This is what he recalled. David looked over the flock of sheep that dotted the field. These woolly animals were his friends, and he was their shepherd. He walked with the sheep by the still pools of the water in the heat of the day. He led them to the green fields of grass. He was usually by himself, but David did not feel afraid or alone. He knew that God was with him. Just as David took good care of the sheep, God, his shepherd, was taking special care of him. I must stay alert, David reminded himself when he felt like napping. A little lamb might stray from the flock while I sleep. To keep himself awake, he often sat on a high rock and strummed softly on the harp he carried with him. Then, in a clear voice, he sang, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing." One day David saw a movement out of the corner of his eye. He dropped his harp and grabbed his sling. He always carried smooth, round stones, ready for anything that might try to hurt the sheep. A lion crouched in a thicket at the edge of the water. Just as the huge lion was ready to spring on a sheep, David released the stone. Zing! The stone flew through the air and hit the lion. Then David fought the lion until he knew the lion could no longer hurt the sheep. Quickly, David laid down his sling and walked among the sheep, counting them carefully. They were all there, and none were hurt. The Lord had helped him protect the sheep. Soon David sat on his rock again, playing his harp. This time he sang, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Another day, David decided to lead the sheep into the hills. Here the sheep could graze on new grass. But danger lurked in the hills. Bears lived in dens in the hillsides and often wandered out searching for food. David carefully watched the lambs. Suddenly he saw something move in the tall grass nearby. Instantly he was alert. A huge brown beast moved in the grass near the lambs. Suddenly it rushed forward. Quickly, David loaded his sling, swung it, and let it go. The stone hit the bear so hard that it fell and never got up again. Once more, God had helped David save his sheep. That evening, as David led the sheep home, he might have sung, "Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Like the sheep, we need someone to watch over us. We need Jesus, the Good Shepherd. We can't save ourselves, but Jesus can. Only Jesus saves us.
Created and produced by Falvo Fowler. This podcast is read by Franita Buddy Fullwood for Gracelink.net. Animation and artwork by Giogo Godoy. Audio is post-produced by Faith To at Studio El Piso in Singapore. The theme music is by Clayton Kinney. The audio engineer was Maurice Bailey.
I know where to find the best stuff. Follow me.
What did you find?
Rainbow sticks.
Well, we can use sticks to build like the house, right? That's really awesome. That's nice. You could break that into pieces to build the 4 walls. Well, we can collect whatever you want. All right, Emma, show me what you've got here.
I've got sticks
Mm-hmm.
and dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and these are mulches. Just for like the rock.
Mm-hmm.
And here's more flat rocks.
What about you, Daniel? You've got some stuff too.
I have some sticks and some mulch as rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some more mulch.
Very cool.
The grass.
Okay, so we've got our supplies here, and we've got some cardboard. And what we're gonna do is one of you is gonna build a house on a rock, and one of you is gonna build a house on sand. So Emma, you have a lot of dirt. You wanna do the sand?
Sure.
And then Daniel, maybe you can use these flat rocks
What?
to make the house on the rock. Or are you gonna make 2 houses?
Can I get the glue?
Yeah, go get the glue. You'll need some glue for this. Let's get the glue. Now I just have regular school glue. It might be better to use something like wood glue or
Craft glue.
craft glue probably, which I thought we had, but I didn't see it. So,
Lucky glue.
so you can use your sticks or whatever you have to make like a little house frame. And yeah, so while they're working on that, here we go. While they're working on that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the story you just watched. You know, our life, the message today is about how our life is joyful when we let God be our rock, when we trust Him to be in charge of our lives. And that's really nice. When we do worship and pray and Bible study in the morning, Emma and Daniel, how do you feel the rest of the day? Better or worse than if we didn't?
Very good.
Very good? We notice that if there's a morning where we don't do our normal worship, that sometimes we stop in the car and pray because we think, oh my goodness, or at least I do, right? I say, oh, I'm not being patient. We need to pray and get our day on with God. And so it's so true that when you start your day with God, when He's the foundation and the rock, your day just goes better, doesn't it? It's totally true. What other things help our lives to go better as far as it, you know, with God and how we can have Him in our life?
Maybe reading the Bible.
Reading the Bible,
Learning more about Him.
learning more about Him. Yeah, totally. If it's rainy outside or Emma and Daniel are in my office while I'm busy in a meeting or something, a lot of the time you guys will watch Superbook, right?
Yeah.
So they get to learn lots of Bible studies while watching a show, which is really fun. So there's all different kinds of easy, simple ways to connect to God and make Him the rock of your life. That's mostly what we watch now, isn't it, for TV? this super book and videos that kind of help us learn stuff. And our memory verse today is, "My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge," right?
Yes.
So beautiful that we can always take refuge in God. So friends, we're going to finish making our houses and show them to you. I hope that the weather is good for you today like it is for us, so that you can have such a nice time outside like we are today. So let's check out Emma and Daniel's crafts. All right, Emma and Daniel working hard. Oh, are you making a door? I like the angle of your roof. That's very creative. And Daniel's working on it. Very good, Daniel. I love it. All right, guys, we're going to say our memory verse together. What is it, guys? My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. And that comes from Psalm 18:2. Awesome. Yes, ma'am. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No. And we just, we can be joyful when we build our lives on Jesus. All right, Emma and Daniel have finished their houses. So Emma, you got the house on the sand. What is that like in our lives?
I don't know.
Well, I talked about, and guys, I might have had to cut this out of the video, but I talked about when we don't do our worship in the morning the way we usually do, or our Bible study, sometimes we can be in worse moods, kind of not have as much patience with each other, especially me, and things kind of fall apart. We feel wishy-washy and not as happy. But Daniel, what is your house built on?
My house is built on the rock.
Right. I like how you use mulch like rocks too. So when we spend a lot of time with Jesus in the morning, how do we feel?
Good.
We feel a lot better. Our day goes smoother. We're fighting less. I'm more patient. We have a good day. So when we make God the foundation of our lives, when He's our rock and we're trusting in Him, that makes us stand strong on the rock. And then when we don't, it makes it a little harder. We might slip and slide on the sand. Thank you so much, Emma and Daniel, for helping us with this craft today. And thank you at home for joining us as well. I would love to see pictures of what you come up with today for the rock on the house on the rock and a house on the sand. Have a great Sabbath. Bye.